Taking away your child's tablet triggers the exact same neurological response as a miniature panic attack. Think about the last time you said, "It is time to turn off the screen." Did your child calmly hand it over, or did the house immediately explode into screaming and crying? If you are dealing with screen time meltdowns, you are in the majority. Today, we are going to learn the exact Authoritative 2.0 routine to use tonight. I am going to show you how to regulate your child's nervous system and stop the screaming before you even touch the power button. To make this work, we have to drop our usual tactics. The old-school method of snatching the tablet away and yelling destroys connection. The modern method of negotiating for 5 more minutes only prolongs the fight. Instead, we must commit entirely to maintaining our own calm. That calm comes from understanding the biology at play. A child falling apart over an iPad is in the grip of a physiological event, a biological shutdown that overrides their ability to behave logically. Look at the broader context. According to recent data from the CDC and the U.S. Surgeon General, American kids aged 8 to 12 spend an average of 4 to 6 hours a day on screens. Our culture is saturated in tech, and parents are burning out trying to police it. Let's look at the brain chemistry behind this. This chart illustrates a normal, natural release of dopamine, the brain's feel-good neurotransmitter, compared to a synthetic digital high. Apps and video games are engineered to be hyper-stimulating, dumping massive amounts of dopamine into your child's brain all at once. When you abruptly say, "Turn it off," that dopamine supply doesn't slowly fade, it crashes. To a young, developing nervous system, this sudden drop feels like a literal physical threat to their survival. Here is exactly what happens in that moment of threat. The amygdala, the brain's alarm center, lights up and completely hijacks the body into fight or flight mode. Simultaneously, their prefrontal cortex, which handles logic and reasoning, shuts completely offline. We approach these situations with fully developed adult brains. Our logic centers are online, so we try to reason with them. But telling a child in fight or flight to "calm down, it's just a game," is biologically useless. You cannot reason with a brain that has physically turned off its logic center. This is why our standard responses fail. Snatching the device sends their alarm bells ringing even louder. Negotiating sets a precedent where panic is rewarded with extra screen time. Because the child is trapped in a physical state of panic, traditional behavioral corrections will not work. We have to stop fighting the behavior and start leading the nervous system back to safety. Here is how we lead them back. First, you must act as a stabilizing anchor. You have to maintain complete emotional flatness and composure, no matter how chaotic the room feels. Step 1 is the physical anchor. Do not shout "time is up" from the kitchen. You have to bridge the gap between the digital world and the real world. Physically walk over to your child, sit next to them, put a hand on their shoulder. Now enter their world for exactly 30 seconds. Show genuine interest in what they are doing. You simply say, "Wow, that level looks so hard. What are you building?" Step 2 is setting the boundary. We combine that high warmth with firm structure by issuing a clear warning. Say, "You love this game so much, it is almost time to pause. We are going to turn it off in 2 minutes." Step 3 is boundary execution. When those 2 minutes are up, you enforce the shutdown. You give them autonomy over the action, but the outcome is non-negotiable. It is time for the tablet to rest. You can press the power button, or my hands will help your hands press the power button. By physically bridging the transition with your warm presence, you prove to their nervous system that you are a safe protector guiding them out of the game, rather than an unpredictable threat coming to steal their dopamine. Even with the perfect setup, they might still cry or scream. That is completely fine. Your job in the immediate aftermath is to sit with them through that emotional fallout. Do not try to fix it. And don't give the device back to quiet them down. Validate their deep frustration by labeling the physical shock. Say, "I see your hands clenching. Your body feels shocked because the game stopped. It is so hard to stop doing something we love." Next, enforce your presence. Remind them that they are safe by saying, "I am right here while you are upset." You lend them your calm nervous system until theirs starts to settle. To make this transition stick, you need a dopamine bridge. This is a pre-planned, mandatory activity designed to ground their nervous system back in the physical world. It needs to hit 3 criteria. It must be high sensory, low tech, and physically engaging. The best bridges use specific sensory inputs. Have them play with cold water and ice cubes in the sink. Have them do vigorous movement, like jumping on a trampoline. Or use tactile compression, like squishing kinetic sand or Play-Doh. Holding a firm boundary while guiding your child through these negative emotions teaches their brain they can survive discomfort. It actively builds long-term emotional stability. Now, look at where you are. The tablet is off. You held the boundary securely, and your child is safely moving back into the real world through a sensory bridge. Mastering this routine restores daily peace to your home. It prevents chronic dysregulation and replaces the cycle of tech-induced meltdowns with a predictable, stable environment. So prepare your setup today. Decide what your high-sensory dopamine bridge activity will be right now before tonight's screen time even begins. Remember, holding consistent tech boundaries is not an act of punishment. It is a necessary act of protection for your child's developing brain.